Alright guys and gals, let's wrap up the Helicopter, Fire Engine, and Submarine Remix by LEGO City. This is set number 60462, contains 874 pieces, retails for $59.99, and the set was provided by the LEGO Group for early review. Thank you again, once again LEGO, because we are almost done with this. And remember in the last installment we did the Submarine. And it was a pretty good build, but I'm not into submarines and Mr. Skin Fade. And yeah, so now today we're going to be focusing on the helicopter. So each vehicle comes with its respective driver, but I'm sure you can mix them up. Okay, let's begin with Tag 7. Let's build it. Want to get this booger done here. Today is December 24th, 2024. And yeah, I still can't even get all the parts out of the bag. Honestly, LEGO could have done this a little better. They could have just done 3 models and that would have been fine. Yeah, kind of want to play video games or do something else than build a set, but I'm almost done, so I'm going to get it finished here. And alrighty, we're going to do the minifigure real quick. And let's see here. At least we got the appropriate helmet for the thing, but we're not going to worry about that. We're going to put the Jada Surfer hair on that. I just need that skin fade in this color. Okay. And then we need the clear piece. That didn't come in scratch, so I think we're going to be flat out at an 8 on this one here. So just trying to get the helmets in here. And you spend more time on the minifigures than anything else. But there you go. Kind of oversized for that. And that's the figure. Now we can do the interesting part here. That's the helicopter. And this one doesn't look too bad. It was the submarine that kind of did it in for me. But I'm almost done here and I want to finish this up and enjoy my Christmas Eve. I'd have to look at LEGO. I'm hoping I don't get any LEGO for Christmas, as I've got enough of it. I hope I don't need any more of it here. But if there is, I'll report my findings. So you get another one of these. That's cool. You're just using that as a filler. So looks like we're doing the cockpit today. And I was working on some stuff, mining in Minecraft until something killed me just now. And just smelting some cobblestone because I need it for a build. And yes, I still play Minecraft. Everybody wants me to start playing Fortnite daily. I'm like, oh, I'm not getting into all that. I got other things to do. And yeah, so at least today we're going to see if we can get this one done here. I've been starting to get a lot of these squashed 1x1 bricks with the hole on the top. So I've seen a lot of those appear lately. This is a new piece. We've seen it before, but it's always one plate bigger. And it's becoming more and more of a new part, so I'm kind of glad to see some new pieces in these sets. But this year, LEGO just did not bring out a whole lot of new parts. Mostly in the Friends line. But now I'm going to be honest with you. I want to get back into the Friends. Creator sets have just gotten to be kind of, well, lousy. City sets are just kind of mediocre this time. And yeah, that's kind of more like a somewhat of a new piece. I don't have a lot of these, so Okay. So right now we need to build 2 of these. So how I propose to do the review, I'm just going to have an exploded view up on the table. And I'm just going to bring each model and show what it does. We'll take some stuff apart, I'll point out the stuff, and then we'll jump into the review. It's very basic. I'm not going to spend 10 hours on the review on this because it's your typical Lego City set. We don't need to really spend a whole lot of time on it. But the main emphasis, the main emphasis on this set is the group build. I think that's Lego's intent on this one here, is for group collaborative build. So they got these nice new pieces and we're using them for something very basic. But how many times have we ever wanted to use some of those and they just didn't have the right clearance? And it's like, yeah, well, I guess we're stuck with it, you know. Whoa. So, I mean, at least it's something different putting this one together, but yeah. It could have been worse. I could be putting those F1 sets together and that's all I did. Those sets there wore me out. I was getting tired of those. This one here, not so much. The Lego creators are kind of just getting to be stinky, and I don't want to deal with them. I still got 3 more creator sets. If you've seen the Panda build, it depends on the order. I think the Panda's going to be before this one. I think that one's released on Christmas Day. It was not a very exciting build for me to do. And it was just, you know, this one's a little better. It's got some, at least some color into it, you know. And looks more like a boat than anything else, doesn't it? Okay. So like I said, when we take a closer look, the review will go pretty quick. It's building this stuff, it just takes a lot of my time. It's like getting the box here at the house and then putting it up on YouTube. At least I'm not hiding anything. You see how I'm putting it together. You'll know if I'm fibbing or not. I get some that say, oh, you give it high scores. Well, it depends. Is it keeping my interest? Yes, it's keeping my interest as an adult. It is. So I can't just say, oh, well, where's the proof at? Be like, here, watch the build installments. Yeah, that's why they're here. It's not for you to watch. It's just for everybody else that says, oh, you're lying, Jay. I'm assuming these are backwards on both sides. So I can always use some dark blue parts. Those will always come in handy for creations. Yep. And now we got that going. Okay, and then we got to put these here. Yeah, it's kind of cold and damp outside. The rain's over. It's clear as a bell now. And it's like 5 something, maybe 5 o'clock in the evening. I don't know. I don't have a clock in here. Okay, we already did this side here. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. And now we can focus here. And I'm just going to just toggle back and forth. But I've been plugging away at these reviews. And it's just a lot of work. It's just a lot of stuff that I'm doing right now. And honestly, in all fairness, I'd rather do something else than this. But I'm already locked into this obligation, if you want to call it a contract. And I found out I'm probably the only one of the very few hobbyists that does this. Everybody else are professional Lego builders. I'm really waiting for the day I see that on a resume. I'm a professional Lego builder. Okay, what are you doing in computer programming? What are you doing in engineering for? Engineering, I can kind of see it, but I don't know. All right. And you just go right here. At least we're locking around that corner and securing all that together. So the goal is you can mix and match each piece and make different styles of vehicles. You can get some pretty goofy creations with these. But for me, yeah, not so much. At least it's scaled for figures. That's all the cockpit is. There's not a whole lot. This goes on the top. And, well, how do we get that open? See, it takes, this is really hard to open up. It's only held in with 2 studs, but that's not too bad. And maybe that would make it easy to open up. Let's see here. No. So these models, except for the submarine, the fire truck and this one are hard to open up. So what's the point if we cannot even use these for anything? You know what I forgot to give this guy? His handcuffs. Oh, look at that. This thing really didn't go in very well. All right, let's give him some handcuffs here. I forgot all about that. So what I'm going to do with this when I'm done, probably part this set out, because this is just something I'm not totally interested in here. It's mostly just for show and tell. And let's see here. And that's what we have remaining for bag 7. And yeah, so far that's it. It's part of an airplane. All right, now we're moving on to bag 8. Looks like we're building the center portion with the prop. Cut off the side there, but you still got to do the thumbnail for this. Well, no, the thumbnail on this one here is pretty much the whole thing. Okay, so means after I'm done with this, I'll probably do a screenshot and then I'll do the review. And then after that, we'll do the tour. Not too bad. Okay. At least each section is built a little different than the previous, but I mean, it is what it is. As a matter of fact, I'm the only one in my household that doesn't yell on top of my lungs when I'm talking. And some people think I'm Italian or I'm from an Italian family. I'm like, no. I heard Italians are really loud talkers. Here, I'm talking normal. They could barely hear me. It's kind of a shame, too. So it's just kind of sad that, you know, even my nephew, he's whispering and you could hear him a mile away. Oh, I'm talking normal. I'm thinking, dude, you're yelling on top of your lungs. Like, I'll whisper, like, what? I can't hear you. I'm like, sorry, do I need to yell it out loud? And then I'll yell it out loud and people are looking around going, I'm just thinking, shaking my head, yeah, my family can't hear very well. Of course, sometimes I'm like, dude, take those AirPods out of yours and you'll be able to hear me better. You know? I hate those things, those AirPods. I got to have the regular old school headphones. Like, I cannot just have those hanging out of my ear. They just look kind of weird. I just can't stand those things. I understand it's the new technology, everything's Bluetooth and stuff like that, but it's kind of like, I mean, maybe I am getting older. I don't know. I don't want to get old, no, but still, those things kind of, everybody I know who's ever had AirPods, even at work, kind of douchey, you know. Okay, now we got to build 2 of something. Okay. So far, so good. We could build it up to, we could build this up now to 8 people. Isn't that cool? I'll see if after we eat for dinner we're gonna go look at lights, but I'll probably hear, oh no, then I'll ask the girlfriend, see if she wants to do it. No. Okay, well, I guess I'll go at it alone. I've done that before too. Okay, I'll just go by myself. They'll ask me, how are the lights? I'm just usually like, you should have came, you'd find out, you know. Okay, we're almost done with the center part here. Okay, that says we made 2 of them exactly what we did. And then these go, okay, they go here. See how this is all just kind of interlocked here? That did not go down very well, did it? See how that's all locked in? Really good. Okay. That side's here. Now we got to start putting in the tiles. And what I'm going to do here is, it'd be easier because I've already see all the parts here. Now that corner piece goes here. And that's pretty much what the instructions say, just flip and rotate. I didn't put the gray piece on the bottom yet. Uh-oh, there it is. It's like, uh-oh, are we missing something? Yeah, out here, it's Christmas Eve, and the news says we are not allowed to have fires. You know, there's some states you're not allowed to read books. You're not allowed to have abortions out here. You're not allowed to have fires. They're trying to ban gas heating out here. They're banning gas cars. Just imagine we can go to a library and read a book, and women have full rights here, but you don't get to do anything else. I don't like to bring that up in this, but it's like here you can't do much of anything, you know. Matter of fact, they even kind of starting to penalize people now for putting up too many Christmas lights. There was a kid in town that they kind of told him, you've got too much lights on your house. You need to take some down. Oh, I've never seen these cupcake pieces in gray. Huh. But, so what happened? The kid ended up getting a contract out of town to do lights for a museum. I thought, that's kind of sad, you know, but that's how they are here. They're weird here. People here are weird. I just keep to myself. All right, so this is obviously got some things. Those would be kind of cool for helicopters. Never thought about using those. Okay. Now we got to do the prop. Not too bad. Okay. And we have fixed the blades. If we get that done, put the next one on the top. Okay. We're not, I guess we don't need that right now, huh? I'm just holding on to like, okay, when are we putting that on there? There we go. Now I think we're going to put that on there. Now we can. It's like, when? We don't have a lot of parts left. Usually helicopters, you only have like 2 of these, I think. There we go. And now this goes on here. And that's what we have remaining for bag 8. And it's telling us to assemble this. But you know what? We're not ready for that yet. So you can put this on your fire truck too and use that. Well, And we're going to wrap up this build with bag 9. And yeah, put that in here. And the blue hand from the void is showing us how to do it. And yeah, we're almost done here. We got 2 parts for the helicopter. We got 1 more piece. So now we can officially say that, yeah, I can go from 1 to 3 builders, or if you really want to, you can build it up to 9. So each piece can be built independently from one another. Okay. Which is really good. And see, at least everything that we're getting in here is printed. And I'm going to tell you right now, I think the only thing dinging this set, it is the scratch parts. It seems like whatever Lego does, they just cannot get this stuff right, and get a little klutzy here. Anytime I see a set and I see the transparent parts, I'm like, okay, how bad is it? Some people say Lego will individually package them sometimes. I mean, I know it's going to get expensive if you're charging $60 for this. You shouldn't have to have that kind of a quality discrepancy there. And then all right, after we're done with that, I'm trying to find the parts. There we go. Palisade bricks. I always have bunches of those. Used to call them bumpy log bricks. Now I just call them palisade bricks. And what do I see on Bricklink? Log bricks. Everybody calls them log bricks. Meant for making palisade walls for castles and stuff. But for me, kind of a cool part to have nonetheless. Okay, making sure I put that on there. And then now we're doing the tail wings, so set that off to the side. Now, if I get any good sets for Christmas, I'm hoping I'll get any Lego sets, but if I do, I will make a shorts video on it for you guys to show you what I got real quick. It'll just be a quickie. I'm not going to go full blown. I still haven't done moving forward to 2024. I mean, I haven't even done that yet, and I haven't even done the Whoops I Broke It segment, which I got to get on that. Be a good little filler. That'll probably be on a Saturday or a Sunday, and it means one of the reviews will get bumped. I'm going to see if I can, usually I can do that the last Friday of the year or the first. I don't know. It's just, right now I'm just kind of swamped with doing set reviews. It's not even funny. We always have a joke. Jay, Lego sends all that stuff when they know you're getting ready to build something cool, and I'm like, yeah. I'm still waiting for a parts haul to come in. They send me a tracking number, but I got to check that too. I can't because I'm here right now, so I can't take a look. Once I do that, I'll find out. And you'll see the haul on my main channel. Now, some people have asked me, why do I upload older videos on here? I'm trying to clean the old channel off eventually. That's going to be strictly for my own custom stuff, and this will be for Lego land reviews eventually. So pretty soon this will just be all a paid promotion. The other one would be my own channel here. So that's how I'm doing it. And then now we have it like this, and I think that goes like that. And it's still kind of ugly, huh? We haven't done anything with this yet. It's kind of weird looking. I mean, It's starting to look like something, and now we got to make an engine for the back. Okay. But do I want to do a complete close-up tour on this? No, this is pretty, each model can be done. I only like doing 360, or doing the close-up tours. Okay. I only like I only like doing the close-up tours, and if it's a really big model, I cannot manage to move around. There we go. That's how that goes in there. Okay. So I have a film we're going to be building mirrors here, so let's start on this. 1x5s are gotten to be so common now. So I actually overflowed a little drawer of those. I never thought I'd get so many of them. Now I've got a bunch that I'm just kind of balancing out. I thought, okay, it's about time I start using those for something. Now I have a feeling that this one's green. And this one uses a red. Okay. I have a bunch of these that I never use. They're good for rock facades, but now this one here gets a green, this one will get a red. Remember, read ahead, folks, and you can blast through these, except when you can't get the stud on the bottom. Okay. All right, so now this goes here. And that means this one goes on like that. Okay. And then now after that, after you place that on there, now we can start focusing on some other stuff. So there's one of these that goes here. That tells me this booger goes over here. Well, it goes at the bottom. Okay, and then we're rotating around. I'm probably going to confuse some of you. Jay, you're skipping ahead like you're building stuff we haven't even got to yet. Yeah, when you start building enough of these, you kind of can tell if they're mirrors or not. Just read ahead and be done with it. Like, okay, we're doing that one. Obviously, this one goes here. Boy, that's starting to come apart. Maybe that's why we're starting to fuse it all together here. So we got this, which this would go here. And then fill that in there. And the book was hiding it. Okay, get over there. We got a little bit of small pieces. The set's got a little bit of everything, but at least everything is manageable here. Okay, so red here, and then blue here, like that. And these guys go here. I'm just going to take care of steps 100 and 101 right now. Okay. I'm just going to rotate over here real quick. Do this one. And just do these. Like that. And then now we put these on here. Remember, I was trying to find these one time for the tiny house. Now I got a bunch of them. Now we continue on with building the other wing. We can skip all that. Just making sure. All right, now we can come back on here and do this on the top. See, once you start doing enough of these, you'll know. Okay, there's a tan piece that goes on top. And this goes here. Now we're not done yet because we got to put the wheels on the bottom. So we're going to have to flip that over kind of. Shove these in here and hope I don't break them. It's like something you'd see like on the bottom of a shopping cart. And now let's see here. I want to make sure I put the wheels on. This part's over here. This goes right in the center. Okay, right in those areas. Okay. And that's it. And then that's what we have remaining. All right. Let's put it together. Now it just tells you to mix and match. I mean, honestly, they look good as is. That's up to you. You're the creator here. All right. I have all these, so I can talk about them now. And yeah. Okay. Now let's put it together and set it up. See, you could do that too, and it looks more like a jet, doesn't it? But we're going to have to put it the way the book tells us. So see, just imagine everybody can build a little portion of this here. Okay. Now you got a helicopter. So the possibilities of the vehicles are endless with this. It is just endless. And in addition, you do get this brick separator, which is really cool. So just the gist of it, it's an 8. We don't need to go through it any further. Everything's scaled for figures. And I'm pretty much satisfied with the build. It looks really cool. And for the most part, I think whoever's going to get this set, you are going to have a lot of fun because you get to share the fun with your friends or your family. You're buying this for your children. This will make a great afternoon build. If you have if you're like the Brady Bunch, you could even get Alice included into this one too, and everybody's got a portion of the build to put together, so it makes it even better. And yeah, I mean, it's not bad. Let me get it here adjusted a little bit better for you, and then we'll see here. Because doing the review on this will not be that hard. It's going to be a quickie. I'm going to go check on some stuff before I do. I'm going to check on the dinner stuff, but I'm trying to get it all to fit here. May have to do it like this, because I'm going to have to, well, no, we're way over there now, huh? That don't do me any good. Get the horizon set up just right. Now, here's what I would propose to do with this. And I could just do a close-up shot, but I mean, come on, I could bring these all up here. I could talk about each one individually. But this is meant to be a complete group build. And let me just bring this. Boy, that is just tightened down too tight. All right, let's do it like this. Okay. Let's focus in on everything. Yeah, but the best score in this thing's going to get an 8, which is what I'm going to stick with. And I'm pretty pleased with the build. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to save my work. Let me do a thumbnail on this because this looks good as is. And then we'll do the review. Here's the various vehicles all assembled. And we have 3 minifigures with helmets. So we're going to start with this gentleman here. He is our policeman. Comes with the helmet. You can take off his wig and put that on there. Next we have our diver. Comes with a skin fade and oxygen tank, and here's his helmet right here. And then finally we have the firefighter, and she's got a fire axe, nice print work for her torso, and in addition she's got the nice helmet, and this is that vibrant yellow, looks really good. Now each one of these models are scaled for minifigures, and how do you put the figures in these is pretty easy, but you're going to have to muscle some of these off to get them in here. Now this one here is kind of a pain to get open. You're going to have to really kind of squeeze and wiggle, and we can set our cop in here, our policeman, or just wiggle him in there. Here, we'll just set him in with the handcuffs. Let's see if that fits. And, well, we'll put his helmet on the shifter so we don't lose it. Set that right in there. But that's really what the interior is right there. It's just a very simple cockpit, nothing special. And placing this back on here can be a bit of a chore, but let's see if we can do it here. Well, maybe not. Why can't we get that on there, huh? Trying to show you all the angles, but it looks like this snaps on here, but it's not going in. Something's, maybe it's the helmet. Don't tell me this is not really scaled for minifigures. No, maybe it's the handcuffs. Okay, maybe we'll have to lose the handcuffs now. Trying to make this a quick review, but you know, my reviews are unscripted, so let's try that again now without the accessories. So unfortunately, he has to lose the accessories to get into the aircraft. And yeah, this one here is kind of giving me problems here. There we go. But this one here is probably the toughest to get on. Yeah, I think it's his wig that's kind of... Well, let's take the wig off too and put the helmet on. Yeah, I mean... Now does it work? Yeah, so you have to... He has to shave his mop to get that in there. And this is essentially what it is. And that's it. That's all you do. Now each piece of this does separate, as you saw in the box, so you can just unplug these. Now you're going to have some muscle in here, so you're going to have to really pull these apart and kind of fight and get that apart there to get these separate. But you can make all sorts of stuff. Like if you wanted to, you can just make a jet if you wish. You just snap this in right here, and there you go. Well, we're done with that one. Let's look at the Submarine, and it's pretty much the same song and dance here with this. Except I don't think he's going to be able to sit with the flippers, but we're going to try it and see here. He's got his camera. No, keep the flippers on. Does he need the helmet? Because he's got the skin fade, obviously. I'm sure that will fit. Okay, fine. We'll lose the flippers. We'll leave the camera in his hand. He's got to take a picture through the windscreen. Oh. Oxygen tanks are going to be in the way. But let's see if we can sit him right on the edge here. Yeah, so he fits in there. Not a lot of space. And that's essentially what this one is. You got your rear propellers and your little grabbing arms. You can grab on, full flexibility. And just like with the other ones, this one here can be separated too. Just got to have some muscle and really pull those apart. So let's see here. Get that one off for you. And now you can make all sorts of vehicles and stuff. Now you can even put this one here and just make it more of a shorter sub. See how seamless this looks? Looks really good. And finally, we have the fire truck. And this comes off too. This is another one of those that doesn't come off very well. And that's what the interior looks like. It looks like your typical Lego City vehicle. Now she's lucky. She can sit down in here. Matter of fact, that looks like Velma from Scooby-Doo. We'll put her in there. Got a bit of a tight squeeze, but she does fit. I know my hands are in the way. There's not a whole lot I can do about that. There you go. A little bit of a tight fit. But she's lucky because she can put the axe on the back here. Okay. Pretty cool. And that's essentially what the fire truck is. It's your typical Lego City fire truck. And you got the hose here. You got this. You can detach this if you want. This doesn't coil. There's no strings to tie. This is all connected with studs. And yeah, it looks pretty good as is. Just like with the other ones, you can rip this one apart too. So muscle that apart there, and then the centerpiece. Now, honestly, to me, I would not take these apart. They look good as is, but just for demonstration purposes, you know, I wanted to show you. And there's 9 pieces in total. That means up to 9 builders can construct this set. So if you really want to get crazy with this one, what you can do is you can come in here and you could just start adding parts. There's always going to be a beginning and an end. You can't just put 2 of these on there and say they're done. There's no way to, you can't attach those. But you can, however, just shove this on here and, it looks kind of weird, but there you go. I mean, it fits and it locks in place. You just have to muscle it apart. So I'm not going to tack these on all the way. But if you really want to get creative, you can just do this. Let's stick these hands on the back of that too, so it looks more like a transformer. There we go. And then you can stick the propeller on the back of that, like that. And let's just add some more here to this. Let's add this piece here, because you never know, we got to have a fire to put out somewhere. Stick that on there. And then, let's see, we could put another piece, but that's it. We all mostly have rears and fronts. So let's just put, well, we don't have any wheels. Let's find some wheels here. We'll put this back here. This will be like the battle fire ship here. And then stick that on there and snap all that together. And now it kind of rolls around. And, it looks goofy. That's for sure. And if you really want to, you can take the leftover parts here and just make more things out of it. Let's just do that. Well, we got an airplane here. We can just make it part of an airplane sub, kind of like that. And then we can add this here. Or you know what? Yeah, let's just leave it kind of goofy. So you need those back tires for rear traction. And now we got these kind of morphed vehicles, but as you can see, I didn't have to take anything apart, and I got a whole new set of models. And this is really good, especially for inclusive play too, because now you can just share your ideas and creations with other builders, and you don't have to rip them apart. So it's basically got 9 building blocks you can mess around with here. And for a young builder, this is going to work very well. Or you can leave the vehicles with their respected parts and drop them in your city. So this set has got a lot of universal play value with it. How universal? Well, as you saw, we can do all sorts of stuff. But here are my opinions on this set. Let's start with play value, and as you saw with the tour, each vehicle is scaled for minifigures, and we also have accessories to go along with their minifigures as well. In addition, you and several friends can build this set at the same time. And what I have discovered is up to 9 people can construct this set, because each build is divided into 3 pieces. So one person can build the helicopter, one person can build the submarine, and the last person can build the fire engine. Or if you got more, you can break these builds apart. So this is a really nice collaborative build. In addition, you can use the pieces to build other creations, or you can add more onto this. But these vehicles are good as is. Now these 3 vehicles can be placed in a Lego city. They're pretty much self-contained. The submarine, you would probably just have to have this on your dock. It wouldn't really be able to put underwater. But the helicopter and the fire truck would look good in a Lego City theme. Build quality seems sound for each model. I did not have any pieces fall off while constructing the set, as well as after putting the 3 pieces together on each vehicle, nothing fell apart. Everything is really locked in solid. So these are meant for play, as well as taking these apart. Now, as you saw, I did have a few troubles trying to separate the parts on these. Now, they're meant to come apart, but even I had a hard time separating the pieces. That's probably the only difficulty with this. Other than that, each section of the vehicle locks in really firm. As far as for build experience, the fire truck was the most interesting for me. Then the helicopter. Submarine wasn't much of an exciting build for me. I was like, oh, I have to get this one done to do the review, but it's not bad. I just didn't care much for it, but I do like the fire truck, then the helicopter, and the submarine. Yeah. But each build did keep my interest, which is really good. For my final score, it's sadly going to be an 8 out of 10. Only one thing I had to strike on this set, and that was scratched pieces. The windscreen on both of these was just scratched and pitted. Why isn't Lego packing these separately? I don't know. And I'm tired of seeing those getting scuffed up. That's what's dinging the scores on a lot of these sets. The helicopter was the only one that came out without a scratch, which is really cool. This set would have been an easy 10, but sadly it's an 8. And the main thing I was looking for on scoring this set is collaborative build. And yes, you can go either from one person or to 9 people. You can go from 1 to 9 builders to construct this set. And I'm pretty pleased with it. Tell me what you think.